In this video, let us understand how to add UI elements to object repository manually. Okay, so let's go to Katalon and go to test cases. Let's create new test case. Yeah, I'm creating test case with the name add objects manually. Click OK. Fine. Now we should be able to create all the steps manually by adding objects into object repository. Okay, so far in all the test cases we have seen that we can record it, or we can in scripting mode again we recorded and we added all these objects into object repository by recording. Now let's see how we can add manually. Yes, of course in Katalon it's supposed to add objects manually as well. Fine. So under object repository you can create a folder. So let's say I'll create this home page, and under this I'll create a test object, right? Test object, I just give a home link. Fine. And now I should be able to add that home link object into object repository. Okay, let's go to browser and open placemeter.com. Placedemo. Let's open placedemo.com. It's already opened. What I'm trying to do, so I should click on this link, home link, and come to this page, login page, enter login information and click on login. So that is what my test case is going to do it. To do that, so I should add all these objects on which I'm going to perform some actions, all those objects into object repository, right? So this is the link first I should create. Yeah, even before that, what we can do, go here and let's write our initial steps. Open browser and again select one more step, navigate to URL. Fine. So which URL? This is the base URL. Copy and double click. You get input window and give that raw URL as this. Fine. So you have given the detail now. So next step is once application opened and came to this point, I should be able to click on this. To click on this, that particular object should be added into object repository. To do that, and we are creating an object here. Okay, let's go here. So now let's go back to application and right click on this element and select inspect element. So I'm hoping that here, so already you know HTML tag information. So I'm not really explaining this. So I'm directly start writing the object information. Okay, after clicking on that and selected inspect element option, that particular HTML tag is highlighted here. Okay, so you can see that that HTML tag is A and it has attached text home. So H header reference has home. Okay, so you can give all these information in Katalon. Let's first declare properties of that. The first property is tag is equal to A. Fine. So again click on add. Next we have text is equal to home, right? Click OK. So for this particular object, only these two information is enough, because in Selenium, to identify any object which is link type, HTML tag type of A, only the tag and attached text is enough. Also you can give additional properties, class information, href, but in this case we don't need those information, but still you can add them. Okay, similarly how I have added, the same way you can add those information as well. Fine. Let's go to Katalon and leave that. So once you have added and happy about those property and value information, don't forget to select detect object by these values. Okay, in our case, yes, we need both the property and value information, and save this. Control S. Yeah, it's been saved. Once it has been saved, close this, and now select the action to perform on the particular object, that is click. Select. So this accepts an object as an argument, so track this from here. Okay, to see some more details, go to scripting mode. You can see that we have open browser, navigate to URL, we are navigating to this particular URL, and after that we are trying to click on this particular object. Fine. So this, you can see, notice that this is the string name which has been provided by Katalon to that particular object. Okay, in fact, you can give fully classified name along with the object repository, but you can ignore it. Okay, so by default, Katalon has been that particular root directory name has been ignored, but still you can add it if you want it. Otherwise, you can ignore it. No problem. It will work. Okay, so let's quickly test this particular step works or not. Go to Chrome and run this. Okay, you can see that browser started, browser is launched, an application navigated, and it should click on this. Okay, so what's happening? It's not clicking. You can see it is trying to click, it is finding with the object information, but it's not able to click. What is really happening? Let's see that. Stop this here. Okay, let's go back to our object repository information. What we have given is it's same, and we have given tag name and text. Let's go to application and verify those information is correct. Yes, tag name is A and text is as home, but start with the lowercase. In our case, we have given uppercase, right? Again, go back. So what I'm trying to demonstrate here, yes, of course, we can edit the object and value information. Okay, save it. Again, Control S has been saved, and go back to test case and run once again. Hopefully it should click on that particular link and it should navigate to login page. Clicked on that link and it comes to open page, login page. Excellent. Okay, so all the steps have, that particular step is executed. Very good. Now let's go back to keyword mode again and try to do for remaining steps. When you click on this, we should be able to click on enter email address, password, and click on login. Okay, let's add those object. Email, I should be able to add it. So right click, inspect element, and see, okay, this is input tag, it has ID. So in my case, I'll give only these two. Go to Katalon, right click here, test object, email, that's input. I'm just giving the tag name itself to identify email ID. Click OK. So add property and this in, okay, tag equal to, yeah, so you can give from here also input, and so one more property is ID. You can select that here. The value is, go back to application and see ID is email. Copy that, go to Katalon, add this. Okay, so same step, save it, do it for password field. Well, I have repeated same steps for password and button field. So let's go back to test script and add those steps. We are setting text to input field, drag this here, give some email address, and go to again delete this. I don't want, by mistake I have added. You can delete that step, click on that, and I want to repeat the set text, adding it here, and password is just give some password. Okay, save it, and again the next step is click and well, so we are ready with steps, and after that we should be able to close browser, so we can clean the session. Okay, let's execute this particular test and see how it works and what is the problem. Click on Chrome, you should be able to see now. Browser opened. It's navigating to login page. So set text is trying to find that particular object. So it's not able to find. Let's see what is the problem. Let's wait for the failure point so that we can understand when it fails how to fix that. Okay. So we got the fail exception. That particular text is failed. Let's understand. It is saying that unable to set text, this particular text of the object. The problem is web element with this particular information not able to find, right? It is pointing to XPath. Okay, that's a problem. So what we can do, let's go to this object and see what mistake we have done it. Yes, of course, we have done a mistake. So we have added the object properties, but we forgot to select these detect object by checkbox. So that is very important. You should select it and go to login button as well. Do the same thing and password. Okay, it's a good learning, right? So this is one of the tips. So don't forget while adding objects manually into object repository in Katalon Studio. So this particular checkbox always we should select. If you don't select, it might work. It might not work. Okay. Again, now go back and execute the same step. This time it should work. Brilliant, right? So all the steps worked successfully, and we can see that successful message here. So this is how we should add objects into object repository manually. We can script it. Fine. So this is one of the way to add objects into object repository. Fine. That's all about this video.